Sometimes all you want is some fast info, quick notes, and let you know if whiskey is a buy or if you should leave it on the shelf. And that's what I'm going to do for you today. I'm going to do quick 5 reviews of some hopefully delicious whiskeys to let you know if they're a buy or not to buy. So let's get to it right now. Oh yeah. Welcome to Whiskey. My name is David, and let's get straight to the whiskeys. The first one, well, this one I've been waiting for months. I couldn't find it. It's supposed to be a wide release and a lot of people got it, but for some reason, I couldn't find it at a reasonable price. But I finally did last month, and here I'm doing a review. It's gonna be Old Grandad 114 single barrel, aged 4 years, and these are the stats. The MSRP is very reasonable at $50, but of course the original Old Grandad 114 is about $25. So it's a single barrel and a little bit more age worth double the price. Well, let's find out together right now. Ooh. All right, this has been opening up for about 10 minutes, so it should be ready to go. First, the nose. The nose is actually much darker than the regular Old Grandad 114. Feels like it's more of like a chocolate covered peanuts or even a roast, like a dark roasted, even a burnt peanut, which I really enjoy. But of course, the palate is where hopefully it'll make it much better than the original 114. Cheers, guys. That couple of years really does make a difference. Whew. Even on the first sip, you can already tell it's darker, it's richer, it's oakier than the original Old Grandad 114. It's actually a very big noticeable difference. And is it better? Absolutely. It is absolutely better than the OGD 114, which I'm very surprised of because I really like that bottle. Man, you do get the caramel, the sweetness, the oak, the spice from the high rye. But one thing it's missing, at least from this pour, is some fruit. I don't really get much citrus. I don't really get any red fruits. I don't even get any like green apples. And so that would really have rounded out. So now after experiencing a pour, would I pay $50 again for this bottle? Yes, absolutely. It's a delicious bourbon. It is not perfect, but the proof is just right at 114. It's not too burned, but you still get all the flavors. Again, it's missing a little bit of fruit, but other than that, it's what you want in a bourbon, especially in a Jim Beam bourbon. So for $50, buy. And the next whiskey, well, this one is a weird collaboration. It's with some young Japanese whiskeys with some older, mature bourbons, all blended together. I don't know if that's gonna work, but if anyone can make it work, it's gonna be Bardstown. It's gonna be Bardstown Mars, a blend of Japanese single malts with Kentucky straight bourbon whiskeys. Actually, really high aged Kentucky bourbons, right? 10 and 16 years with 5-year aged Japanese single malts. That seems like an interesting blend. I always thought it would be the other way around, where you get high aged Japanese whiskey and younger or maybe like 5, 6, 7-year bourbons, but this seems like an interesting blend. Now, oh, and to be 100% transparent, this was sent by Bardstown for a review, but of course, I'm gonna be 100% honest. All right, let's get to it. Opening ceremony. Ooh. All right, this has been sitting in the glass for about 12 minutes, so it should be ready to go. Now, just to let you guys know, I actually recorded all the opening ceremonies first to have it all open and all kind of resting the glass at the same time. So they're at least more open than they could possibly be, because I don't want to wait 10, 15 minutes between each bottle. Well, actually might be a good thing considering that these are pretty strong. Well, let's get to it. First, the nose. Ooh, nose is great. The nose surprised me. It wasn't anything like Japanese or bourbons. It had like a pineapple, tropical fruit type of nose. Ooh, the nose is really surprising. Hopefully the palate will also Hopefully the palate will also be very surprising and delicious. Cheers, guys. That's interesting. The palate is also surprising, as in I didn't think it would be this order. So when you first drink it in the front of your palate, it's 100% bourbon. You get the caramels, you get the green apples. Almost feels like a high rye type of bourbon in terms of just that burst of fruit with a little bit of caramel. And then the finish. I thought with the finish, the higher age bourbons would come through. No, the finish is almost all Japanese whiskey. It's that malty, grainy kind of feel. That's not bad. It does have the bourbon, you know, the sweetness kind of surrounding it and giving it a little bit of that boost. But definitely you can taste the Japanese single malt in the finish. So if I went to the store and saw this for $100 for a 375 milliliter or half bottle, basically a $200 full bottle, would I pick one up? No, I would not. It's delicious. It's actually really nice. I actually enjoy it. I really like the front palate of the bourbon and the finish of the single malt with the sweetness of the bourbon. But it's not unique enough. It's not good enough to justify that price point. I think if it was half the price, as in if this was $50 for this 375 or basically 100, I think it'd be worth the experience to have that fun, unique, where you might want some single malt, you might want a bourbon. Well, might as well get both in one. But at that price point, it has to be exceptional. And this is not exceptional. It's just delicious. And the next one, well, this one is the 38th edition of this batch. So hopefully it got better each and every time, because their previous 37 were mostly absolutely delicious. It's gonna be Barrell Batch number 38. It's a blend of 8 to 15 year aged bourbons from 4 different states: Kentucky, Indiana, Tennessee, and Maryland, which is very cool. Comes in at almost 117 proof, and its retail value or retail price is about $80. And just like the last bottle, I do want to say that Barrell did send me this for a review, but of course, just like the last one, as you saw, I am 100% honest on my reviews. So let's get to it. Opening ceremony. All right, this has been opening up for about 15 minutes now, so hopefully this should be really ready to go. First, the nose. The nose is a really good bourbon, right? Like a creme brulee type of feel, just absolutely delicious. But of course, the nose can be deceiving. So let's get to it. Cheers, guys. The front was great, but the back, something hit. That was interesting. The front, when it first hits my tongue, it was burnt marshmallow, kind of a burnt brown sugar type of sweetness, just boom. And I was like, wow. So the nose was not deceiving. And then it got to the mid and finish, and I got that tickle, that Flintstones type of vitamin-y, minerally type of orange notes. And usually I don't mind it, or sometimes I really enjoy it. But this time, because of the contrast of the sweetness and then the mineraliness, it felt a little off. Well, let's take a couple more sips to make sure that that was just maybe, a one-off. Because of the 250th commemorative design, plus the fact that it had Maryland bourbon, which we all think is gonna be Sagamore high rye bourbons, I actually had high hopes for this. And I was hoping that it was probably the best batch in a while. But after tasting it, after having it, would I buy another one for 80 bucks? No, I would not. I would say that you should either get a previous batch if you can find one, either be 36 or 34 I enjoyed, or wait for the next one. That contrast is really interesting. Some people might love it, and a lot of people do. It has gotten a lot of great reviews, and maybe that's why I'm trying to figure it out on the fly with these quick reviews, but it's not as impactful or as delicious as I thought it would be. The front palate's great. I thought the sweetness really hit, but that mineraliness, that flintstoniness, that vitaminness, if you really enjoy that, it's gonna be your jam. But I just think that contrast was a little too much. And so, no, hopefully it opens up and I will enjoy it later on. But for now, not a buy. I want to take this time to thank every single one of you for clicking on this video and spending your precious time watching me drink whiskey, because it's an honor and a privilege to do this for you guys. Of course, my Patreon YouTube members, you guys are the best and make every single video possible. Thank you. And the next whiskey, well, I love their cask strength bourbon, and I love their double oaked bourbon. So while I like their twice toasted bourbon, well, hopefully I will. It's gonna be Pursuit United twice toasted bourbon, finished in American and French oak. That's obviously been toasted, coming at 108 proof. It's different. It's coming from 3 different mash bills, and they have the information on the side to let you know exactly what distilleries and what mash bills they got it from. They don't show you the percentages, which would have been even super great, but hey, sometimes that's great. Actually, that's more than any other distillery that ever does it. That's an NDP. So I appreciate that type of disclosure. But of course, all the information in the world will not make it taste better. So let's get to it. Opening ceremony. All right, so this has been in the glass for more than 15 minutes. I stopped counting, so it should be ready to go. All right, first, the nose. The nose is exactly what you expect from a double oaked or toasted bourbon barrel, which is breakfast in a bottle, right? The maple, the marshmallows, the pancakes type of sweetness, which is a great start because that's what I expected and that's what I got. But hopefully the palate will also have that French oak influence that I really enjoy. Cheers, guys. The reason for that facial expression was, this is the prototypical slow starter. When I first had a sip, it was very thin. Not something I would expect from a twice barreled or twice toasted bourbon, right? With American and French oak. It didn't hit me with anything. It felt like almost I had an 80 proof Woodford Reserve or something like that. It was just very watery. But then on the second sip, it did bring in a lot more of the bourbon and toasted feel. But ooh, did it really start slow? Wow. I mean, 108 proof is not that low. It should not start this slow. Huh. I'll have to revisit this. But for now, I mean, I took off camera, I took all the sips. So I took 5 sips total. And it's not a buy. It's $60. I thought for sure in my head, knowing how much I love their double oak bourbon and their double oak rye and their regular stuff and their triple mash rye, all their great stuff. I thought 100% on coming in. I'm gonna love it. $60, it's gonna be a buy. No, don't buy this. It's thin. It's just oaky, and it's not a good oaky. It just felt like there's no complementary of the sweetness or fruit. Or, I mean, there is spice, but it's just the oak spice from the oak. It feels like it's oak flavored alcohol, and it's not my jam. And maybe, again, it's been in the glass for a while, so it's not like it didn't open up. Maybe it opened up too much. And so I would have to revisit this. But first impression, I don't like it. Do not buy. And the last bottle is the one I have the most hope for. Is the one that I actually first regretted because it was expensive for what it was, but people are telling me it's super delicious. And so I'm hoping that the people are correct. It's gonna be Rittenhouse Bottled in Bond, aged 10 years, the 250th America's Birthday Commemorative Edition. The beautiful bottle that I couldn't pass up for $100. The regular Rittenhouse Bardstown Mars rye comes in like 20, 25 bucks. So I was like, how is this 4 times the price? But of course, the beautiful design got me. But then I'm reading on the, the reviews, or not the reviews, the comments on my haul video when I show this. People are saying, hey, you're not gonna regret it. It's absolutely delicious. And the reviews I saw have been all good. So maybe it's worth the $100. But there's only one way to find out. Opening ceremony. Nice. All right, so this has been waiting for a while since the last one. And so I know it's ready to go. So first, the nose. The nose, like the regular Rittenhouse, just a really nice, crisp, green apple rye type of feel. The nose, it's a rye. Hopefully the palate will change my mind and let me know that it's worth $100. Cheers, guys. That's different. Ooh, didn't expect this. Have you guys ever as a kid, at least when I was a kid, ever had tang mixed with some Hawaiian punch? That's what this tastes like. It has that tang type of, I don't want to say artificial, but that orange note that is not orange, but is orange. And then that Hawaiian punch that is cherry, but it's definitely not natural cherry. This is what it tastes like. It feels like an MSG version of orange cherry, which I love MSG and I love these two juices, or I used to when I was a kid. And that's what it is in a glass. Wow. What surprised me is that it's 100 proof, but it has that candy, that powdered sugar type of feel that you get only in like a powdered sugar donut. No, the glazed sugar donut. And you just had the glazed sugar part and not the donut. That's how sweet this is. Huh. For aged 10 years at 100 proof. Wow. And the kicker is the finish. You get that oak. You actually get that 10-year aged oak from the rye. It's dark. You get a little bit slight of that dark chocolate, but of course the sweetness comes through. But at the end, you get a slight cherry that I enjoy. Again, it might be leftover from that Hawaiian punch, but hey, still something. It is good, but $100 is hefty. But the bottle is beautiful. So if I had to buy it again, after having a pour today, would I pay another $100 for a bottle? Yes, I would. It's addictive. It's something different. It's not like a lot of other ryes I've had. It's Rittenhouse. It's Heaven Hill. I've had ryes from them. Obviously the regular Rittenhouse, Pikesville, Laja Craig, etc., etc. And that's what I was kind of expecting in terms of something like it, but it's nothing like that. It's nothing like any other ryes I had. Maybe the Sagamore 10-year, but that doesn't have the oaky candy sweetness at the end that I'm actually enjoying from this. And at 100 proof, it's nice. Obviously you want everything to be cheaper. And I think if this was at 70, 80 bucks, that would have been the perfect price point. But in this day and age, you can't get everything you want. I think with the beautiness of the bottle, first of all, it does count. I do like the fact that I could put it up here and people would actually enjoy looking at it. 250th commemorative edition is something. It's not nothing. And then of course, the fact that it's absolutely delicious. Yeah. Once I have this pour and it was still sitting on the shelf for 100 bucks, I'll get it again. So this one is a buy. Let me know in the comments, have you tried any of these 5 whiskeys? And did you regret it or did you love that whiskey? And of course, if you haven't, which one of these 5 for you after hearing my notes is a buy for you? Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.